Hello, everybody. What's up? This is the Anxious Gamer Gal, and we're back at it with some To Catch a Predator commentary. I'm trying to be funny. I can't. I can't be funny. I can't. Anyway, so this is Fortson, Georgia. This is part 1, and this is a video from Charles Lee LUV. I will have them linked down below in the description box if you want to go check them out as well. And here we go. Let's start. Hope everybody's having a very good day or night. I really do. We all need a good day.
13.
I have interest in younger girls. That is a fantasy of mine.
Is this the national news thing?
You mean like Dateline ended?
That would be probably the cleanest, best pleasure.
The cleanest, best pleasure is to have sex with a 13-year-old girl.
Yes, sir.
Tonight, they're back. A string of suspects targeting children. It's another undercover sting.
It's funny, when I saw this on Dateline, I'm like, that is so sick.
A Dateline
So sick,
net
but he's
crime
there.
to catch a predator. Like moths to a flame, they just keep coming.
And then we can also just move this. Okay.
Stormy summer night on a winding country road, a potential sex predator slowly approaches a house where he believes a child is waiting for him. He's driven a long way for this meeting, almost 2 hours.
2 hours. Oof.
But the driver won't find a young girl inside. Instead, a Dateline investigative team awaits his arrival.
All right, Emmy, he's coming in.
Why is this man making such a long trip in the dead of night? Perhaps because he believes a 15-year-old girl is alone inside, ready to have sex with him.
Open the door
She's
and
so
call her.
little, but can I talk for a second? They needed to up their wig budget because that wig looks horrendous.
He's coming.
But his journey didn't begin today. It began more than a week earlier when he entered a Yahoo Georgia chat room and decided to hit on a decoy, an adult posing as a 15-year-old. It didn't take long for the 23-year-old screen name Scooby-Doo ETL01 to steer the chat towards sex. He asked all kinds of sexual questions, like, what positions have you tried? You like doggy? The decoy says, I never did doggy before. And Scooby-Doo says, well, if we ever have sex, I'll introduce it to you. But I switch positions a lot, so you're bound to learn a few new tricks.
Oh, what a Dawn one.
Now, the man with the bag of tricks is walking in our house. We hired a very young-looking 19-year-old to play the part of the girl.
Hey!
Hey.
Took you a while to get here.
Yeah, well, someone can't get good directions of where they live.
I'm just taking stuff out of the dryer. It'll take a second.
Oh my god, how do they not know at that point?
I made you some sweet tea.
Oh,
I have to
really?
do something to keep you awake. You can take it. I just gotta finish taking this stuff out.
They're walking in with
You'd
their
never
shoes.
guess, by the way.
So that's something that bothers me too. It's like, bro, you're walking in with your shoes. You're walking in with your shoes. I hate shoes in the house.
Way this man confidently walks into our house that he's seen Dateline's investigations into internet sex predators before, and he's still willing to risk being exposed on national television.
Did you have a hard time finding the place, or? Got lost, huh?
Yeah.
And they have curtains there too.
who are you?
So you have to think something's up.
In our latest hidden camera operation, this time in rural Fortson, Georgia, 90 minutes south of Atlanta, it doesn't surprise us that the chat rooms are full of men aware of our previous investigations. Men who want to have sex with a minor, but are concerned they might be caught on tape.
It's actually been referenced by name at this point. Did you ever see To Catch a Predator?
Oh,
Wow. This is a deterrent
they know.
in some ways
They're
for
not
people
showing
coming
up.
over.
I mean, they're not coming over because they're afraid that it's media.
1026.
Del Harvey, her screen name, is a member of Perverted Justice, the online
that's
watchdog
good.
group dedicated to catching internet
It's
sex
good that they're
predators.
not coming. It's good and it's bad because, okay, it's good that it's like, it's a deterrent. So they're like, okay, this could be a sting operation. I can't be a nasty pervert. But at the same time, you know, are they just keeping it local, or, you know what I mean? Like, they're still there being a predator. but not being, yeah.
It's just a matter of getting him in the door.
Dateline paid Perverted Justice a consultant's fee to do what it usually does, go into chat rooms posing as 13 to 15-year-olds home alone, interested in sex. Some decoys pretend to be eager about sex. That's because experts we've spoken to say young teens are often curious, even precocious when it comes to chatting.
I mean, you know this stuff. Oh, okay, let's go back to here.
To hear our investigations have scared off some potential child molesters. Others, like Scooby-Doo ATL01, obviously didn't get the message. His real name is Dennis Colson, a construction worker from Atlanta. He says he's here to meet a girl named Izzy.
And how old is Izzy?
She told me she was 18.
So that'd be cool then,
That's a
because
lie.
she's legal age.
No, I wasn't going to do anything.
The problem with that, though, is that I have the transcript of your online chat.
Okay.
So you want to start again and tell the story from the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
She told me she was 15.
And what did you guys talk about?
Just a lot of different things that I shouldn't have been talking about.
Give me an example.
Yeah, a little bit there, buddy.
If she was a virgin.
Oh, you did more
And why
than
would you
that.
ask that question of a 15-year-old
I really did not
girl?
have, I don't know, I'm sorry, I apologize. But I really did not have any plans to do anything tonight.
Did you bring condoms?
No, sir, I have condoms in my car.
You had, well, then, so you did bring condoms.
Yes, but they are for
No,
my...
sir, but they're in my car.
But I mean, that's just hanging out. I wasn't going to do it. I was
Look at that face. He switched.
So you-
I was not going to do
He
anything.
switched.
But you talk about jail.
I know.
You can't go to jail for not doing anything.
When I start to read some of his chat log, he gets up and starts pacing.
What positions have you tried?
Oh, God, I'm an idiot.
You know how to ride? You like doggy?
Dang.
Then you ask.
Dang.
Oh, God, stop. Okay.
Just one more.
Just one.
You say, you ask if you delete all those IMs when you're done. I'd hate to have your mom
Chris
get nosy.
just gets him right in there. Just
Now it's time to
Puts it
tell him
in.
something he already knows.
Have you ever seen the program Dateline NBC?
Yes, I probably have. I don't know. Oh, my God.
Have you ever seen the stories where
Yes.
men come to the house trying to meet teens?
Yes, but I wasn't trying to do that, I promise.
I think
Well, I gotta
they
tell you
get.
something.
I think they get arrested in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. I think Georgia was late enough where they got arrested.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story
But I don't know if they know
on
that.
guys, men trying to meet teens on the internet.
It was stupid. I'm a stupid man. That's
Very stupid. With your stupid hat, your stupid
He's
face.
free to leave, but he won't get very far. Perverted Justice has joined forces with the Harris County Sheriff's Office, providing chat logs and phone records, evidence needed to make an arrest. Here in Georgia, if a man makes a date online for sex with someone he believes to be a minor, it's a felony.
Sheriff, no, get on the ground! Down on the ground! Down on the ground!
He's arrested.
He's like, oh, fuck.
Put your hand behind your back. Please don't. Put your hands behind your back.
Please.
Bro, listen to them.
Oh, my God, my life is ruined. Can you just shoot me?
Oh, dang.
And taken away.
Oh, my God. I'm an idiot.
And he's brought into a room with an investigator from the Harris County Sheriff's Office.
How'd it go at the house, Dennis?
That was awesome. That was the best day of my life right there.
You'll hear more of Scooby-Doo's interview with police later.
I never should have said any of that.
Is this guy on his way here?
With men all over the internet admitting they've seen our To Catch a Predator series, we wondered if it would stop a lot of them from trying to hook up with children. Or will there be many others like Scooby-Doo still brazen enough to show up at our house?
That's a cool truck.
Come on in.
Wait and see.
Oh, it just comes back. Whatever.
We've got someone in the driveway. Someone in the driveway.
The team inside Dateline's hidden camera house quickly moves into position.
Coming up. Driveway. Battle stations. Battle stations.
Yeah, battle
A man
station.
who made a date online
Battle
for
stations.
sex with a
Battle
young girl
stations.
has shown up earlier than expected. Our decoy, playing the part of a young girl, heads to the front door to wave the man in.
Hey, come on in.
He's 32-year-old Christopher Xavier Cannon, here to meet a 15-year-old virgin. At least that's what he was told. Turns out he's a media director at his church, a volunteer position working with
works
young
at a
teens,
church?
which makes his sexually explicit
Oh,
online
boy.
chat all the more disturbing. Using the screen name Xavier01, he asks the girl if she's ever had an orgasm. The decoy
What?
says, "I don't think so," and Xavier01 says, "Good." Then he asks her,
"Do you want to be on top or bottom?"
I'm not sure. Which is better?
We'll have to see where you fit best, if you know what I mean.
If you know what I mean.
I think I know.
Or we can do doggy style.
Oh, geez.
Sorry, if I don't put this stuff in the washer right away, it just wrinkles. But I made some sweet tea, so just make yourself a glass.
Can I use your restroom?
Why don't you have a seat?
Oh, yeah, I know what this is. I know what this was. I just went to test.
He's like, I'm out, bye.
Okay, noted, sir.
Thanks. I knew what it was.
I knew what it was.
What do you think it was?
Nothing.
Wow.
He heads out the door, right into the arms of the Harris County Sheriff's Department.
Stop! Stop! Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground! Get down!
Thick and juicy is a little slow there. Do you see her? That would be me as a cop. That would be me as a cop.
Wow.
Watch. Ready?
He heads out the door.
Let's see it again, guys.
Right into the arms of the Harris County Sheriff's Department.
Stop! Stop!
That's me, I swear. Thick and juicy. Yeah.
I know what it was.
We love us
I know
a thick
what it was.
queen.
No one did anything.
As our investigation continues here in rural Georgia, it becomes clear there are plenty of other men who seem to know about our investigations but show up anyway.
Yeah, slowing down, pulling in the driveway. Emily, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready
And
to
it's
go.
raining too.
Here comes Need a Friend to Talk To 2005. He drove 4 hours to get here.
All right, go ahead and open the door.
Hey, come on in. Okay. It's raining outside, so I'll meet you in. I just gotta throw this in the dryer real quick.
Need a Friend to Talk To is really 25-year-old John Adam Daniels, a carpenter. He thinks he's here to meet a 13-year-old virgin named Nina.
God.
Online, he asks her if she wants to try anal sex and
What?
if he can perform oral sex on her. After the decoy agrees, she tells him she's home alone, and he asks to spend the night.
These are
He's
some
come
weird
prepared.
texts.
He's brought his overnight bag, it
messages.
looks like.
Sorry, I had to do laundry right away. I had to have something cute to wear tonight. Did you try some of my sweet tea?
I see it.
I see it.
Sorry, I'm almost done.
Okay, baby.
Okay, babe.
Did you bring me anything?
Yes, I did.
What'd you bring me?
I drinking some Kit Kats.
Kit Kats.
Looks like you brought enough stuff to move in.
Dang.
Why don't you have a seat?
Oh.
And like some of the others, Need a Friend to Talk To appears to know what he's walked into.
Am I being taped?
You are being taped.
Oh, crap.
Oh, crap.
Am I going to be upbeat? Oh, arrested?
That's not up to me.
Perfect.
You admit right here that you could be in trouble if anybody found
gonna
out
shit
that a
his pants.
25-year-old
Yes.
was meeting a 13.
Yes, sir. I thought it was a bad idea from the beginning, so.
But if you thought it was such a bad idea, why did you do it
I
anyway?
don't know, so.
I mean, you started
I
talking,
don't know, sir.
and 45 minutes into the conversation, you say, have you ever seen a man's blank? Meaning,
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
you ask what size bra she wears. Minutes later, you ask if she would like to move in with you.
Jeez.
What are you thinking here, Al?
I'm completely and totally stupid. I'm sorry.
Yes, yes, you are.
Can I? Hey, you, sir.
Just like all the men who show up at our house, he's free to leave.
With his
Since
Kit
he's
Kats.
seen our reports before, he probably knows he won't be free for long. And there's nowhere to run.
Get on the ground! Get down on the ground! Get down!
And the parade
Oh, he laid down on the
continues.
bag?
Walking up the walk towards the
That's
door.
gotta be uncomfortable.
Hi, come on in.
Now back up, back up, back up. He's right there. Keep going.
Here comes another man who, despite seeing our previous
Those
broadcast,
wigs are terrible. Terrible. Oh,
is willing to take the risk of showing up at a stranger's
Oh.
house to possibly have sex with a minor.
and she
He's
didn't even cover her
22-year-old
hair all
Matthew
the way
Cogburn.
through. You could see
Yesterday
it.
was his
peeking through.
birthday. He's here to meet a decoy pretending to
I
be
don't
a
know. I don't know,
14-year-old.
guys.
This clean-cut, all-American looking man has a MySpace page where he says Jesus rocks and lists God
does
as
rock.
his #1 hero.
But you're still a
when he
pervert.
goes into a Yahoo chat room, he seems like another person. His chat with a girl he thinks is 14 is so graphic, much of it can't be shown.
Oh,
He does
boy.
ask the decoy if her house is secluded, so if they use the jacuzzi, you can moan and squeal all you want.
Ah.
Nice house.
Thank you. Did you have a hard
See?
time getting
Her
here?
hair is underneath. Like,
Well, the road that I was looking for didn't show up.
oh, showing his muscles.
Why don't you have a seat there and get comfortable for that?
I had a feeling this was going to happen.
You had a feeling what was going to happen. Go ahead, sit down, please.
No.
I need to talk to you about a couple of things, and I think you're going to want to talk about it. It's going to take a few minutes, so why don't you have a seat?
Is this going to be on national news?
I'm sorry, be on what?
Is this the national news thing?
NBC?
Yeah.
You mean like Dateline NBC?
Yeah.
What was your plan here today?
I can't answer that as I want to because I've been in a struggle myself with what I want to do because I'm still a virgin and I think it's stupid that I did this.
How old are you?
22.
22. And how old was the girl you were
I think he's the
chatting with
youngest
online?
out of all of them.
The girl said she was 13 or 14.
13 or 14.
Oh.
And you thought that would be okay to come over here and visit
That's a huge
a young girl
gap.
home alone.
That's a huge age
I would
gap,
think
guys.
it's okay, but I just...
Now, I'm looking at this chat log here. 16 minutes into this discussion, you ask if she can do deep throat.
Dang.
Dang indeed.
Explain that to me.
No reason to explain it.
No reason to explain. How do you feel about sex? You on birth control,
Oh my Jesus.
or are you sticking with condoms? You got toys?
Is there a need?
Well, I want you to square that with what's on your MySpace website, where you talk about Jesus rocks.
We're going to do this too.
You'll hear more about this man's inner struggle after
He's
he's
got a
in
lot of inner
police custody.
struggles, apparently.
Get on the ground. Get down on the ground. All the way down. Down.
But there are many more potential
What?
sex predators about to keep their
That is
date
a
with
rotund
Dateline,
fella.
or examples of the potential danger facing children on the internet.
Cleanest, best pleasure.
The cleanest, best pleasure is to have sex with a 13-year-old girl.
Yes, sir.
Let's see, did it?
Suspect after another, what happens next is almost inevitable. One of our invited guests drives by, spots them, and takes off.
He actually watched it out front and was leaving.
But Lieutenant Sven Armburst of
I
the
wonder what
Harris
they're
County
thinking in their
Sheriff's
heads
Office is
when they
not
see
about
this.
to let 36-year-old George Cleary get away.
He actually came by 3 times.
3?
Yeah.
After Cleary sees this man being arrested, he heads for the highway. That's where detectives stop him. The 36-year-old, who makes his living as a pizza delivery man, drove 2 hours for the chance to have sex with a 14-year-old he met online.
Go have a seat.
Using the screen name Broken Empires, he asks the decoy very personal questions like her bra size and do you shave down there? The decoy says, yeah, a little because of my bathing suit. Broken Empires says, cool. And when the decoy asks him what kind of girls he likes, he says, small, skinny, beautiful, sexy, and young.
Wow.
He told the decoy he would bring movies, CDs,
Oh God,
and
that's
condoms.
quite the collection.
So you brought condoms.
Yes, she asked me to.
Intimate lubricant. What's this for?
She was going to give me a massage.
While one man was scared off when he saw
That's not
police
what lube's
activity,
for, I don't
others
think,
are
right?
wary
Right, guys?
even when all is quiet.
There he is.
I thought it was just a...
This man pulling into our
Moisten
driveway
things.
is 38-year-old Peter Sika, screen name Don Cheech. Online, he goes into graphic detail of how he'd like to perform oral sex on the boy, posing as a 14-year-old.
boy.
The decoy plays along, but Don Cheech repeatedly says he's afraid of getting in trouble. We think we know why. Listen as this female decoy, pretending to be Brian, talks to Don Cheech on the phone.
No, what are you talking about? What's Dateline?
He knows, man.
What is it? It's like Cops or something? I've seen Cops, you know.
Despite his fears of being caught in
was
our
a funny
report,
show,
the
too.
38-year-old shows up anyway.
Come on, get it out of the ring. You're gonna get yourself all
Charles,
wet.
we love you, boss.
Dell from Perverted Justice now takes over the role of the boy and tries to convince the man to come inside. But Don Cheech seems very reluctant.
Hey, bro!
Hey,
Come
bro.
on! Come on, I gotta finish cleaning up the kitchen. I told you to come on in out of the range, you not hear me?
He wants to be sure Dell is really the boy he came to see.
Pull your head off.
Oh my God.
He's leaving again.
Yeah, he's
After
He's like,
Dell refuses to
"You
take her hat
catfished
off,
me, bro."
the 38-year-old heads back to his car. That's when law enforcement moves in and arrests him.
Put the camera out of my face, please.
And as you're about to see, there are more potential predators like Don Cheech who don't
He really
stay
is
long.
a huge bitch, though.
Dell's gonna go
they
out.
couldn't even arrest him on the ground, man. I'm not meaning to fat shame, but like, when you are rotund like that, getting back up is going to hurt.
And try and get him. He's looking for a black female, so we're trying to pull this out.
Meet 43-year-old James Klein, a married man with 3 children. He's here to meet a girl
He
who
is
told him
such a
she was
white dude.
15. Online, he calls himself Hold You Closer 2003. He asks the girl if she's ever
Lame.
experienced oral sex. The decoy tells him no. And he says, I can tell you one thing, my tongue would be all over you. Your mouth, your nipples,
Jesus,
down between your
crying
legs,
out loud
too.
sake.
Oh, dang.
Now, Hold You Closer 2003 is walking in our house.
I gotta throw my laundry in, but I made you tea.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Blech.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Why don't you have a seat right over there? Did you find the place okay?
Huh?
Did you find the place okay?
No, I didn't.
It took you a while.
Huh?
Did you get lost?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why are you here tonight?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
He may be able to run away from
bye.
us, but because
Bye.
Georgia authorities believe his chat log showed intent to have sex with a minor, he's arrested.
Like, you know, he has
The
that
next-
look where like he takes care, well, like very good care of their lawn or his lawn.
The man you're about to meet not only sits down for an interview, he actually admits it's likely he would have taken the virginity of a 13-year-old girl if she was willing.
Maddie.
Hey, I'm up here.
He's 20-year-old Cody Green, screen
my-
name Perfect Buddy Georgia.
Perfect
He's been
Buddy.
chatting online with a girl posing as a 13-year-old virgin
The
named
names
Natty
they
Girl
come up with.
92. He tells the decoy, I definitely appreciate being your first. The decoy says, really? You don't mind I'm a virgin?
He can't
Perfect
fucking
Buddy
type
answers,
with the
if you
shit.
don't mind me taking it from you, I actually would love it and never have been with a virgin. Perfect Buddy then sends not one, but 8 different
Jesus,
pictures of his
we don't wanna
genitals.
see that.
The
Jeez.
chat lasts for 2 days.
Got a shirt on still and
Then
shit.
he shows up at our house.
with his putt
I
out.
made some tea and it's on the table.
He tries to follow the decoy.
Should have a seat right in that chair.
Busted.
Instead, he runs into me.
Please, sir, I really drove this far for no reason.
You drove this far for no reason.
Wow.
Perfect Buddy says he was really just looking for a friend, nothing more. But then his story seems to change.
Please, I swear, sir, I'm a desperate person. I need a girl in my life, and if she really wanted to be my friend, that would be all I needed from her.
She said she was 13.
She did. I'm
Those
sorry,
photos
sir. I
did
have
not
interest in younger
say
girls.
friend.
That has just been a fantasy of mine.
A fantasy?
Yes, sir.
Do you know it violates Georgia law?
Yes, sir.
Did you say you are ready to have my thang in your mouth?
Thang.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by that?
Are you ready to have my in your mouth?
Dang.
Because she was going with it. She was.
Oh, so she wanted it.
That's what it
It's
seemed
her
like to
fault.
me. It's not her fault at all.
She made you come over here.
I came here for reasons like that, but if she really didn't want it, sir, I swear to you, I would have.
I don't know. You
never
were
tried it.
chasing her a second
But
ago.
if she was open to the idea,
Yes.
you would have had sex with a 13-year-old girl.
Probably, yeah. I'm sorry, I know you think it's bad, but that's what it is, and that would be probably the cleanest, best pleasure, I would say.
The cleanest, best pleasure
Yes, sir.
is
He
to have
did
sex
not.
with a 13-year-old girl.
He did fucking
Wow.
not.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Jesus.
Are you her father or something like that?
I'll get to that in a minute.
And,
Please tell me this, sir. Am I?
and to actually say that and think that this dude, like Chris Hansen, is her father, and to say that, the nerve, the absolute nerve.
I'm going to be in trouble for this.
I want to ask you one more question. You said you had to go see your PO.
Yes, sir.
Your parole officer.
Yes, sir.
What are you on parole for?
I got a DUI.
Anything else?
I got a hit and run charge the other day.
A hit and run charge.
A
Yes,
hit
sir.
and run?
So you get DWI, a hit and run charge. Well, that's something you got to
He's
know.
like,
I'm Chris
lean
Hansen with
down.
Dateline NBC.
Yes, sir.
We're doing stories on adults who try to meet teens on
Out
the
comes
internet.
the cameras.
for sex.
So what happens to these men after they're arrested?
Lame ass soul patch.
On the ground.
You'll hear more incredible revelations as the suspects tell their stories
No
to the
offense
police.
to anybody that has a soul patch,
is
but
so
his look lame.
Why did I do this?
In chat rooms with young teens, now in the interrogation room with...
I couldn't imagine being the one that interrogates these people and having to listen to their bullshit. They've got some strength.
Georgia, and among the law officers on this case,
I'm a stupid man.
After Dateline confronts a potential sex offender here in rural Fortson, Georgia,
Free leave. Okay. What's going to happen?
Down on the ground! Down on the ground!
law enforcement working with the online watchdog group Perverted Justice steps in.
Put your hands behind your back.
Even the U.S. Marshals and Secret Service are involved. Remember Scooby-Doo ATL 01, 23-year-old Dennis Colson? He made plans to teach new sex tricks to a girl he was told was 15.
Oh my God. I'm a idiot.
After he's arrested, he's put in an unmarked car and taken to this EMS station where he'll be questioned by law enforcement. His car is searched. The police find directions to the house along with condoms and marijuana.
Oh, and weed. Oh, God, weed
Colson
in the
is
South.
then brought to a room where he waits to be interrogated. That's where he meets Harris County Sheriff Mike Jolly, who finds out this isn't Colson's first run-in with the law.
I might get out of jail free card. There's no get out of jail free card. No, about from my parents, what I'm saying. Oh, you've already used it one time? I used it one time. It's done now, especially with this. It's over. It's over. What you been picked up for? Let's just not talk about it. Well, I mean, we're going to find out.
Turns out Scooby-Doo has had several prior charges.
Colson, he had 4 prior charges, from theft to simple battery. Simple
Oh,
assault.
so he's a
Some of these
hitter.
are aggravated type crimes.
But he was never convicted. Tonight, he'll have 4 more charges added to the list. Enticing a child for indecent purposes, obscene internet contact, criminal attempted child molestation, and possession of marijuana. One charge was later dropped. Scooby-Doo is brought into the interrogation room.
Oh my God, it's such a crime. I can't cry.
Investigators read Colson his rights.
I have to advise you that you, one, have the right to remain silent.
And start asking him questions.
And what screen name did you use since the 14th of July?
Investigator Gary Lewis shows the 23-year-old a copy of the chat he had with a decoy playing a 15-year-old.
Yeah, there's a lot of explicit there that I definitely shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, guy.
It's not rated.
A little bit, my guy.
Less than 5 minutes after y'all were communicating, she relayed to you that she was 15 years old. I'm curious as to why you continued the conversation.
Because I'm retarded.
You're retarded.
Because I'm retarded.
Oh, jeez.
So I was bored as and I just looking for conversation, and I was conversating. I'm not trying to clear it up. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's bad.
I mean, why would you ask a 15-year-old girl
I can't believe
if she's still a virgin?
I think we should go ahead and stop.
Scooby-Doo ends the interview pretty quickly.
My name's Tony. I work with the sheriff's office, and this is Teresa.
But sheriff's investigators like Tony Knotts and a Secret Service agent disguised because of her undercover work have others to question.
Basically, you've been caught in a sting operation. Of course, that's why you're in handcuffs.
Christopher Cannon is the 32-year-old volunteer church director who mentions several sexual positions he'd like to try with a girl posing as a 15-year-old. He's the one who ran as soon as he saw me.
Oh, why don't you have a seat real quick?
Yeah, I know what this is.
No, please, I need you.
I know what this is.
I just went to test it, that's all.
Okay.
But that's not what he tells investigators.
It's funny. When I saw this on Dateline a few months ago, or whatever.
You show up in the middle of it.
Yes, I'm like, that is so sick. Why did I do this?
That's so dirty.
The investigator reminds him he'd been chatting online with the decoy for more than a week, and many times the chat turned sexual.
I mean, just playing around with her, but
But she's underage, bro.
I even wanted to reject it.
Yeah, but you drove 115 miles.
I know.
115 miles.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Turn around, turn around. Trust me, I wanted to turn around.
Help me understand, because I'm kind of lost when you say that you didn't want to come, but you're here.
Part of me was like, they were just turn around. And
trying to sound like they're a victim or something.
Just go out there, hang out a little bit. Don't do anything silly.
Well, why would you even have a sexual conversation with a 15-year-old?
I really tried to avoid her when I first met her. Every time I get online, she
initiate the conversation. And
you said you didn't initiate the conversation, but actually you did. She never talked to you. You said hello, Natalie, because you saw her in a chat room.
Yeah.
And how are you doing today? That was the first initiation on your part.
Yeah, the initiate. Yeah, just chatted.
You asked her if she's horny now, and then you asked her if she's wet now. Why would you care if a 15-year-old is wet?
Dang!
I don't know why. It's just,
when you tell her you'll be gentle, what are you referring to when you're talking about being gentle?
Just being with her. Nothing sexually touching her. No.
Chris, we've been doing this too long.
Yeah, just.
I understand. Y'all go through this.
I just saw you do the sign of the cross, so I know you're probably a religious man.
I'm about to.
And you would probably feel better if you.
If it never happened.
Never happened.
She opened the door. Said, "Come on in."
Another man who probably wishes it never happened was someone who also.
Hey, if they work, they work, because that guy seems a little fucked. A little fucked.
And from
I have
us.
some more questions for you, sir.
But did talk to police.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
See, he's got the ultimate, like,
Remember
dad
43-year-old
shoes and
Jim
shit.
Klein? Online, he made plans to lick a
Shirt
15-year-old all over. He admits to investigators he's been married for 20 years and has 3 children, ages 11, 13, and 15.
How would you feel if this was your 15-year-old or your 11-year-old or your 13-year-old? How would you feel?
I feel awful.
That's it? Just awful?
No.
I mean, you were pretty much down here tonight, 100 miles away from home.
I don't think he's remorseful.
Do what you were going to do and damage this child's mind for the rest
upset that
of
he
her
got
life.
caught.
Sex.
He looks evil.
Maybe sex to you, but to this child, 15, she's got to live with this for the rest of her life.
And Klein actually does admit he was planning on staying the night.
I was going to leave tomorrow morning.
He's a married
Where are
man.
you going to stay at?
She said I could stay there. She said the house says it was a big house.
Where were you going to sleep at? Did y'all discuss any of those options there?
No.
And you brought 4 movies, and you arrived at 9:30 at night?
Yes.
You going to stay up all night watching movies?
Yeah. I mean, if she wanted to watch all 4, we would have watched all 4.
Would you have done anything else if she wanted to do anything else?
Oh, you know it.
It was talked about.
Klein says he had 2 glasses of wine before he started chatting online.
2 glasses
and it
of
clouded
wine.
his judgment. But that doesn't
boy.
explain why he showed up the next day, apparently stone cold sober.
I was seriously considering not even coming down here, and I was just saying, I just don't feel comfortable
Well, I mean,
about
that's
this.
a new
I don't feel good
excuse.
about this. I just don't think it's a good idea.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
This man also realizes it wasn't a good idea. He's the religious 22-year-old who said he was conflicted about meeting a 14-year-old after a sexually graphic online chat.
Where we couldn't see most of it because it was that graphic.
I'm not gonna say a mental struggle, but I'm still a virgin and I've been having trouble.
He tells investigators that this isn't the first time he's gone to visit someone he met online. In fact, he says he met his last girlfriend on MySpace.
We dated for 5.5 months, but there was nothing sexual, nothing.
So wait, did they talk? Were they using MySpace too?
And she
Guys,
wasn't the
remember
only
MySpace?
I have met
Those were
girls
fun
before,
times.
but
Those were
haven't
fun
done
times.
anything.
I guess they
I
met on
couldn't
Facebook,
because
on
of my
MySpace.
spirituality, and I didn't solely
You
deep
could
down
code
have any intentions of
things.
doing anything.
You could,
I've been able to talk
personalize
the
everything.
way I talk, and
We need to make it have a
This is my
comeback
punishment.
in a nice way. None of
And
these
his
freaks.
punishment, like the other men caught in this investigation, begins when they are taken in a van to the county jail,
in there.
And turn your head to your left.
where they are photographed,
Press down.
fingerprinted,
Hey kids, don't up. It's a bad idea.
He's like,
and
did you
put
see him in the
behind
background?
bars.
Did you
They
see
are
the dude?
photographed,
Hold on.
Press down.
Hold on.
fingerprinted,
Hey kids,
Dude's trying
up.
to keep a straight face.
It's a bad idea.
He's like, yeah, you are fucked, bro. You are fucked.
and put behind bars awaiting a bond hearing. Most of the men have to
look, they
wait
get
48
TP.
hours in jail until the judge will see them.
His bond would then be set at $25,000.
While most of the men say they would not have had sex with a minor, none have had a chance to enter a plea.
I'm going to call shenanigans
So
on
far,
that.
you've met 7 men who showed up at our undercover house. And despite all our previous investigations, there are more on the way. And you won't want to miss their stories. And watch what happens when this man tries to run from police.
Oh! Down for the count.
15-year-old virgin.
Come on in. I'm just gonna finish getting ready. Maybe just like a couple minutes.
Online,
Did they
he calls
switch?
himself Southwest Georgia Male.
I feel like they switched actresses because that doesn't look like the other one.
Yes. His chat is one of the most graphic and disturbing we've come across. At first, he offers the decoy, Erin Lynn B., $250.
What?
When she asks, why do you want to give me money? He says, 'cause I want you.
Oh,
then
my
he
God.
tells her about
Okay,
another girl
prostitution.
he met online.
She was 15 like you. Her mom was at work.
Okay.
She invited me over. Had never had sex.
Oh.
Her and her friend.
He goes on to say
geez
that the two
Louise.
girls performed oral sex on him, and then he describes in detail how he claims to have taken one of the girls' virginity. And he doesn't stop there.
The boasting
After he sends
these people
pornography,
do, man.
He then introduces the decoy to a woman who calls herself Phyllis, his girlfriend, and says she wants to be there with us.
What is this? Another Steve takes pics thing? Remember he had a friend and then he catfished the decoy. Remember that? Is this going to be the same situation?
Phyllis then apparently gets on the computer herself and starts chatting with Erin Lynn B. and explains how it would work. She says her boyfriend would have sex with both of us. As he's doing one of us, he would want us to play with each other.
Dang.
To verify Phyllis was real, a decoy from Perverted Justice spoke to her on the phone.
Phil, how are you? This is Erin.
Phyllis, the girlfriend, doesn't show up. She apparently had to work. But Southwest Georgia Male, yes, does.
I wonder if she knew how old this girl was, though. Like, did he say, oh, she's 18 or something, or what?
And
That's
is now
so
in our house
fucked up
and
grooming.
in hot pursuit of our decoy.
I didn't get a chance to get a hug.
Oh.
Have a seat.
But as the decoy walks behind the curtain,
Peeps
the
behind
man
the
sees our
curtains.
camera crew
Naughty, naughty.
and runs.
He saw Ron. He's coming out. He's coming out.
And he keeps on running, even after sheriff's deputies order him to stop. Finally, an officer's taser knocks him to the ground. After he's arrested, he's taken in for questioning. This man with the incredibly vulgar chat reveals something that, ironically, no longer surprises us.
I was a minister in the church.
What
church you go to?
God, another church
My
guy.
dad,
This is a common theme in Georgia. What is the matter with Georgia?
It also turns out he's married
He's
and
so
worried about
gross.
his wife finding out.
Mr. Gary.
Yes. What is that?
But lose everything I got.
Do what?
Well, then don't be a pig.
Everything I have, Mr. Gary.
The 35-year-old asks to speak to a lawyer, and the interview is over.
Cops have
He's
no
then
mercy
taken to the county
or show
jail.
no mercy, man.
Fingerprinted, photographed, and put behind bars.
Is Marvin Harrison Smith your true name?
Yes, ma'am.
The next day, he goes before a judge, and bail is set.
All right, that's a total of $35,000.
Back at
looks
the
so
house,
miserable.
there are more suspected predators on the way.
Good.
This man pulling into our driveway is 38-year-old David Hilbish. He builds tunnels.
In the chat, he had mentions molesting another 15-year-old.
He's been chatting with a decoy pretending to be 14. He says he'd rather not come to her home. He'd like to take her to a hotel.
Emily, wave him in. Here he comes. Good job. Good job. We got him coming.
Online, using the screen name Tunnels 12,000, he tells the decoy named Tracy in Excess this isn't his first time meeting a teen on the internet. I did it with a 15-year-old before, and I came real close to getting caught. I didn't have sex with her, everything but. He later says he was questioned by detectives, but never
admit.
charged.
Jeez.
Now, he wants to have sex with Tracy.
I want all of you, Tracy, in every way.
You show me, okay?
Hey. Oh, see, there's the same
I made
actress
you
as
some
before.
sweet tea. Oh, well, I just gotta throw this in the dryer.
Wait, did he just say I want hugs?
Get up.
I don't want tea, I want hugs. Is that what he said?
Okay, this will only take a second.
Charge.
Every way.
Come on in.
Let's see
I
what he
made
said.
you some sweet tea. Oh, well, I just gotta throw
I think
this
he
in
said
the dryer
I don't want
real
sweet
quick, or
tea, I
everything's
want
gonna get
hugs.
up. Wrinkle.
I'm almost positive.
Okay, this will only take a
Yes,
second. I'm sorry you couldn't bring your bike. I would have loved to see it.
Could you have a seat right over there, please? How you doing?
Yeah.
Go ahead, son.
When I confront the 38-year-old, his memory seems a bit foggy.
And so you were chatting with a girl named Tracy.
Right.
And how old is Tracy?
I don't have no idea.
Lies.
The problem for you, David, is that I have the chat right here.
Yeah, David.
How old are you again? Not sure if I read that right. 14. She says she's 14 right here, right?
I guess so.
So what you said before was
How old is
not
he?
correct. Okay. Have you ever done this before?
No.
Have you ever been with an underage girl before?
No, not sexually, no.
I did it with a 15-year-old before, and I came real close to being caught.
Busted.
We stay out all night and fall asleep in my
I
truck.
didn't break the law that I knew of, and the police officer told me that.
And why?
I don't know what the law is, but he didn't. He questioned me. I went back home that night, and
looks like a
they
rat.
called me Monday.
When I read him some of what he wrote in his chat log, he first tries to blame the girl.
I would do it in a minute with you, hoping I would stay out of jail. You ask her if she likes oral sex.
And she asked me several things also.
Wow.
Does that make it right?
No, she invited me here.
So
You're
because a
the adult,
14-year-old
bruh.
girl invites you to come over, it's
I
okay
don't
for
make it
a...
right. It's wrong. I admit I'm wrong.
Why did you do it?
There is no reason.
I'd want to stay all night. Did you bring any alcohol with you?
Yeah,
Yeah. And what did you bring exactly?
exactly what she asked.
When I ask him what his plan was here tonight, he says he's not really sure.
If this 14-year-old girl was willing to have sex with you, would you have had sex with her?
I can't say for sure.
You
I
would
never
have,
did
you
with that
dirty
other girl.
pervert.
And that's the reason why.
That's the reason why.
She was underage.
Aren't there any girls or women of legal age that you could date? I mean,
I have a fiance.
Huh?
I have a fiance.
You have
a fiance.
fiance.
And how do you suppose this is going to play when she finds out about this?
It's not going to play at all.
Now it's time to tell Tunnels 12,000 what he's walked into.
I need to tell you that
He's
I'm Chris
mad
Hansen
he got
with
caught.
Dateline NBC,
Like, he's
and
not
we're doing a
even
story on
sorry.
adults who meet
He is mad.
teens online and then try to
Just
meet
mad.
them in person for sex. If there's anything else you want to tell us about this situation.
I can't understand how y'all legally been able to do this.
Yeah, see, he is mad.
Then he says he'd like to
He
say
got
something
caught.
more.
I just need to.
He will do
Stay
this
off the
again.
internet.
No, you're not going to stay up
He
the
says
internet.
he's not a predator. He's a lonely man raising 2 children alone who uses the internet to meet women.
But he's got a
The predator is somebody
fiance.
that constantly does that. I don't do that. I would prefer to have someone my age that would prefer to have me. But if some female makes an offer to you and you're lonely already, it's tempting for a person.
What made this so tempting for you?
Being lonely.
Anything else you'd like to tell us?
No. Are y'all going to get me arrested when I leave?
Had he seen our previous reports, he would know exactly what's going to happen next.
This one is delightful to watch.
Get on the ground now! Get out!
Bye. Bye.
And an update on one of the most shocking men caught in our To Catch a Predator
This is
series.
one of the really
a
early,
rabbi.
the really early episode. I will be doing that one too. Don't worry.
We'll see.
So how can I help you?
In August 2005, 54-year-old David Kay was caught in one of our To Catch a Predator investigations trying to meet a 13-year-old boy for sex. Turns out Kay was a rabbi.
You know I'm in trouble, and I know I'm in trouble.
Kay was convicted and recently sentenced to 6.5
photo.
years in prison and 10 years of supervised release.
You know damn well that is a nude, and he is doing something like fucked up. You know damn well like there's some fucked up thing on his genitals or something.
The judge gave him a harsh sentence in part because he thought Kay lied at his trial.
What was your plan here today in this house?
Hang out and whatever stuff.
Hang out and whatever.
I don't know. I mean, if nothing was really going to happen or nothing, I mean, hey.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Hands out! Hands out!
Next week, our investigation in Harris County, Georgia, continues.
Cry, my darling.
You're a mature guy with a very successful career in the military.
Yes, sir.
What is a guy like you
A
doing?
military man.
Somebody who's 14 years old.
Holy shit. We're getting
You'll
here.
hear more from this soldier and many other men who show up at our house hoping to meet a young teen home alone.
Good.
So how can a...
All right, so that was Fortson, Georgia, part 1. That was it was a little meh at some parts because I don't know, there's exciting parts and then there's meh parts, and you know, it's all over the place. That's what we love about these. Part 2, I will film part 2 soon and get that out to you guys as well. Still I still don't know how to go about the 90 Day Fiancé. I also thought about watching Blind Date. Are you interested in that? Let me know in the comments. I may do some Blind Date ones as well because that show was nuts, just as nuts, but at least it was, you know, consensual. But yeah, so thank you for watching, and I hope you're having a good day or night. And I hope you keep having good days and good nights. And I'll see you again. This is the Anxious Gamer Girl. Bye.